Jindo is a mysterious island surrounded by serene waters thriving with life. Fresh abalone is just one of the many gifts presented by the clean sea. It's an island of a unique culinary culture created by the healthy produce of its rich soil. It's also home to people who live in harmony with its beautiful nature. Traces of history welcome visitors every step of the way, leaving messages that are relevant in the modern life. Jindo is a treasure island in the South Sea, where the wisdom of Korean ancestors is alive in its rich cultural legacy. Jindo Island is located on the southernmost tip of the Korean peninsula. The first thing you notice when you arrive is the pair of islets across the sea. One of them is called Thumbs Up because the rock on top is shaped like a finger. The toe islet also gets its name from the toe-shaped rock. The Sea of Jindo is protected by the 벽파진 monument. It was erected in honor of Great Admiral Lee Sun-shin and his miraculous victory 5 centuries ago at this site. Do miraculous victories really exist? Yes, they do. The first example can be found in the Battle of Salamis, when the outnumbered Greeks defeated their enemy. Then at the Battle of Trafalgar, Britain beat France and Spain during the Napoleonic Wars. And 5 centuries ago, the 13 ships of the Joseon Navy, led by Admiral Lee Sun-shin, crushed 133 Japanese ships in the Battle of Myeongnyang. The events that happened in the Myeongnyang Strait are described on a monument, and so is the loneliness of an admiral who carried the fate of his country on his back.
12척 남은 배를 거두어 거느리고 벽파진 찾아들어 바닷목을 지키실제 그 심정 아는 이 없어 눈물 혼자 지우시다.
The waters off the coast where the monument stands are rough. But Admiral Lee Sun-shin led his army to victory in this turbulent sea.
이곳이 정말로 지금 보시는 바와 같이 아주 물살이 아주 셉니다. 시속 11노트가 나가는데
The Great Admiral took advantage of the narrow strait, where the water current gained speed after passing through a narrow passage. "31 of the 133 Japanese ships sank in the strait, and about some 20,000 enemies were killed. The Joseon Navy's victory was largely thanks to this ship.
이가 바로 그 명량해전 당시에 싸웠던 바로 판옥선입니다. 이 판옥선은 배의 폭이 넓고 또 높이가 아주 높습니다. 그래서 이 배는 그 강한 물살에도 회전을 할 수 있는 그런 아주 유리한 그런 배입니다.
But what really determines victory is the spirit of the soldiers. It's described in detail in Admiral Lee Sun-shin's war diary. The admiral commanded his men to be ready to die in battle in order to win. By putting their lives on the front line, the Joseon Navy defeated the enemy even when they were outnumbered by 13 to 133. The marks of the fierce battle can still be found in the Sea of Jindo.
바로 이 섬이 청유재란 때 여기 명량대첩을 할 때 많은 시체가 떠밀려 와가지고 그래가지고 여기에 해서 지금도 여기 붉은 색깔을 많이 떴는데 이 지역 사람이 이 섬을 피섬이라고 이렇게 불리고 있습니다.
The entire islet is reddish because of silica rocks. To the locals, this tint looks like the color of blood. Admiral Lee Sun-shin, whose spirit continues to protect the waters off Jindo to this day, is in many ways reminiscent of the British naval hero Horatio Nelson. Like Admiral Nelson, who led his army to victory and concealed his death, Admiral Lee also died in battle. In summer, Jindo holds a festival in honor of Admiral Yi. We decided to take part in the festival to learn more about historic events that happened 500 years ago. A performance showing a naval battle catches the eyes of tourists.
Yeah, actually this is first time we heard this story, and we think that this is very similar to like 300 Spartanians, maybe you know, one Greek story. Yeah, so it's quite similar, and Koreans do the same.
And now we understand that Russian people and Korean people, they never give up.
But history is not the only attribute of the waters off Jindo. The vast wetland swept by the sea is home to many marine creatures. The hardworking Jindo fishermen catch all kinds of fresh seafood here. Jindo abalones, which taste their best when eaten right on the spot, are considered a special delicacy.
이게 진짜 살아있죠? 움직이는 거 얼마나 싱싱하거든. 사람의 몸의 최고 보양식이죠.
Abalone dishes made in Jindo taste a bit different from those in other regions. Here, fresh abalones are served with raw beef. The ensemble of the most expensive seafood and the most expensive meat is like a special feast.
한꺼번에 두 가지 맛을 다 느낄 수 있으니까요. 바다의 그 전복이라는 최고급하고 육지에서 최고급 소고기하고 둘이 만났으니까 얼마나 좋아요.
Finally, it's time to eat. First, we tried raw abalones. They're still alive. The soft yet chewy texture triggers your appetite. Roasted abalones are also delicious. They're cooked without any seasoning so that they retain their original flavor. Traditional Jindo liquor called hongju complements the exquisite food. Mesmerized by the taste and the sunset red tint of hongju, we decided to meet with a hongju master. Hello?
어머나, 어떻게 홍주 잡수러 오신 거예요?
Absolutely. Curious, we decided to learn how it's made. Hongju is made entirely by hand, from the production of the rice wine starter called duruk to fermentation and distillation.
내가 홍주를 공장에서 빚은 거 사다 주는 거 하고 내가 이렇게 땀을 진짜 찍찍 흘리고 눈물을 흘림시로 내린 홍주하고 또 틀리거든. 시루밥 찌는 것도 정말 정성이고 다 정성이 안 들어가면 안 되는 거죠.
Among all traditional liquors in Korea, Jindo Hongju is produced in the most unique way. To preserve the original flavor of rice, barley, and the rice wine starter, a special process is performed. This gives the liquor its unique reddish color without the help of any artificial additive. This process involves the use of the medicinal herb called red root gromwol.
이 지초가 말입니다. 가정의 상비약으로 옛날부터 이렇게 전해 내려오는 약초였어요. 유배 오신 선비님께서 이 지초가 이렇게 좋다는 걸 아시고, 그러면 술을 한번 빚어보자. 이러고 하셔서 그 선비 그 사모님께서 이 술을 빚었대요. 코는 영하네. 또 홍주 내린 줄 어떻게 알고 또 온가? 어서 오시오.
다 하면 이제 잔치워 조금
갖다 잡수제 그냥 취해갖고 뭐 가지고 그냥 잡수게.
술 먹고 아리랑 하게.
네, 그러시오.
그러게.
The bright red color and the gentle herbal aroma make this traditional liquor perfect for cocktails. Koreans first began making hongju 1,000 years ago. Despite its high alcohol content of 40%, hongju has a soft and clean taste. Good liquor makes people sing. Jindo residents like to sing Arirang when they're in a good mood. Jindo Arirang pierces through the lives of the island people. Hence, the joys and sorrows of life resound in the song. People sing Arirang to forget their grief when they're sad and to share the joys when they're happy. Handed down from generation to generation, Jindo Arirang became a part of the residents' everyday life. Anyone can learn this profound song by visiting Arirang village on the island.
For me, very difficult. My rhythm is not very good, but very fun, yeah.
Now that we know the rhythm of the song, let's learn the lyrics of Jindo Arirang.
밤에 남편 서방님, husband 오실 줄 알고 옷을 벗고 잤더니 문풍지 바람에 설사병이 났네.
This storyline is quite heartrending, but the lyrics are humorous. After learning and understanding the lyrics, you can even record your singing. It's an unforgettable experience for everyone. You can even store your memories on a CD.
Now I have my own CD. I can listen to it at home.
We'll be back again after we polished our singing. This place that looks like a schoolyard is full of tents. Turns out, it's a recreational site renovated from a closed-down school.
이 학교가 90년 가까이 돼요. 설립된 지가. 그런 아까운 학교가 폐교가 돼가지고 황폐해 있었어요. 우리가 올 때. 평생 학교에서 그 교육에 몸담았던 사람들이라 학교가 이렇게 좀 아깝기도 하고.
The first floor is a cottage, and the second floor is an art gallery.
호랑이가 보면 호랑이가 대대 줄을 쭉쭉 줄을 걷는데 하나, 털을 세운 것 좀 보세요. 요 하나 요거
One
하나
by
하나
one.
모두 잘생겼죠.
Like handsome.
There's a saying that people from other regions must never boast about their singing, drawing, and writing skills when visiting Jindo Island. Jindo has a rich cultural legacy created by all the bright minds who were exiled on the island. This cottage exhibits the 4 things that were priceless for studying in the past: brushes, ink, paper, and inkstone. Many of them look very unique. But the most noteworthy of them are the ink and wash paintings that were painted by the owner herself. But what is she looking for? A seal to stamp on her artwork.
소나무가 우리 집이 이렇게 소나무로 둘러싸여 있어요. 그래서 이 소나무는 사철 푸르고 네, 청청하고 그런 의미를 갖고 있어요. 드릴게요.
She was giving it to you. Really? Yeah.
It's very beautiful. I didn't realize the evergreen symbolized so much in the Korean culture. So it means more to me that I know the story behind it. So I appreciate it much more. Yeah.
When traveling, time flies. There's so much to see and try. That's why a good rest at the end of the day is essential. We decided to spend the night at the cottage. Its pretty decor creates a cozy, relaxing space. But it's still early to go to bed. The sea turns crimson red, the color of hongju. You can call it a day until you watch a sunset on Jindo Island, which is said to have the most beautiful sunsets in Korea. On Jindo Island, you can often hear dogs barking loudly. That's because this island is home to the indigenous breed called Jindo. Jindo dogs were originally hunting dogs. They have a slim body and long legs. When these brave animals catch their target, they refuse to let it go. Nowadays, Jindo dogs are mostly raised as pets, but their hunting instinct is still alive. Grown-up Jindo dogs never take food from anyone but their owners. There are many interesting stories about Jindo dogs. One of them is about Baekgu, that was raised by an elderly woman. Baekgu was sold to someone else, but the dog broke its leash and walked over 300 kilometers to return to the woman 7 months later. It was emaciated when it showed up at the woman's doorstep one night. The cleverness and homing instinct of Jindo dogs never fail to impress people.
진돗개로 사육하시는 농가께서는 대관 앞으로 데리고 나오셔서 심사와 예방 접종을 받으시기 바랍니다.
The Jindo County government manages Jindo dogs' pedigrees and takes care of their health. Many of the local residents have several Jindo dogs as pets.
네, 고맙습니다. 근데 산에만 가면은
야가 이제 진돗개의 그 특징이 나오죠. 이제 사람들한테 있는 것은 충성심이 이제 강한 것이고 이제 사료값을 주고 이제 먹이라고 하는 이제 진도 군수님 개입니다 한마디로. 조용히.
A clever dog and most likely a faithful companion too. But not all dogs on the island are Jindo dogs. Only those that pass a test proving their breed purity are recognized as genuine Jindo dogs. The genuine Jindo will have an electronic chip inserted into its body. Then, how are Jindo dogs' pedigrees managed? We visited the Jindo Dog Organization to find out. This place tests the dogs and registers those that meet all the criteria for a pure breed. So far, some 8,000 dogs have been recognized as purebreds. Research into developing a special breed using the DNA of the best female Jindos is also underway.
그 추후에 어떤 연구가 다시 더 갈지 모르니까 이제 혈액을 하나를 여분을 해놔가지고 나중에 그 연구하기 위해서 장기 보관하는. 이게 지금 마이너스 한 80도로 보관됐는데 한 평생 보관할 수 있다고 생각하시면 될 것 같아요.
So, how talented are purebred Jindo dogs? Luckily, we got to see a performance that displayed their impressive skills.
아, 멋있어. 안녕히 가십시오. 즐거운 여행 되십시오. 감사합니다.
There's more to Jindo Island than meets the eye. You can only get acquainted with this island by feeling it with your body and soul. Stories of naval battles told by the sea, the touching melody of Jindo Arirang, the alluring taste of the red hongju, the modest but profound landscapes of Jindo Island await your visit.